Hello, and welcome to Clipping In. It's Wednesday, the 17th of September. Now, in contrast to certain statements boldly circulating on the internet, some people still do ride in the rain and have a jolly good time doing so. Allow me to demonstrate. Bridge and heading up now towards the Buckstones. I would guess my current altitude's around 1,000 feet. Steady rain, and the wind feels like it's picking up because I'm more exposed. I left home this morning around 9:30, temperature 11 Celsius, which generally means that when I get to Buckstones 3 degrees colder, but the forecast says could reach in the valleys 16 C by early afternoon. Look for the silver lining, eh? Buckstones Junction, right turn for Denshore and Saddleworth, all clear. I read something online a few days ago. It was a pseudo review come product placement concerning a new Castelli jacket, the Perfetto, and the official Castelli press release is using this phrase, "Cyclists don't ride in the rain anymore." And I saw it in 3 separate articles, so it's obviously come from Castelli's marketing department. And what they're arguing is that, firstly, they say from a statistical point of view, there are fewer rainy days, which I find staggering. Bradford and Manchester both have 203 rainy days a year, according to the Met Office. Now that's not rain from dawn till dusk, but still it's raining. And I would imagine that if you got the stats for mid-September through to March, you'd find quite a lot of days with significant rainfall. So for Castelli to claim that there's some kind of rapid climate change regarding rainy days is a bit odd. Especially considering that Perfetto jacket, which grew out of the Gabba, it's only about 10-12 years old at the most. They also say that cyclists now have access to super accurate localized weather forecasts, so they can see what's ahead on their ride, and they can either choose the time of their ride, choose a different time, or dodge it. Well, today, for this area, all the satellite forecasts were saying the rain would stop by 9 AM. It's currently 8 minutes to 11. And then they also say, which I think they're on better ground with, indoor training environment, Strava and the like, are so much better, more sophisticated, more stimulating, that riders now have a genuinely interesting alternative to going out and riding start to finish in the rain. It doesn't really hold if you're a commuter or you're doing point to point. or you're a bike packer. But let's assume that the Castelli customer base doesn't fit into those pigeonholes. Visibility is a little bit tricky here. Castelli are using this triple reasoning to justify changing the design of the jacket from the previously Gore-Tex Infinium, which is a sort of a stretchable windstopper, to a Polartec material. And they're saying that they're prioritising moisture vapour transmission over absolute waterproofing. Although they still claim that the new material is waterproof enough, which sounds a bit like wanting to have your cake and eat it. I mean, you know, I don't want to sound cynical, because I do prefer a soft shell, windproof type jacket to a hard shell like this one. I do. But I think if you're going to be an all year round cyclist, especially in this environment, you do need a good hard shell, taped seam waterproof in your armoury. So let's take this opportunity to have a quick look at the bike on this rainy day. It's the Dolan ADX Titanium. We've got the full length SKS guards, nuts and bolts fixing. Makes a real difference going down to this chainstay bridge here. You've got coverage all the way down. Black flap on the front. Best to have that little bit of flex in there. That came with the guards. And then I've added a rear flap that didn't come with the guards. It came from Mandalore. Yeah, oh, lights of course. I would call them daytime lights, but up there in the fog, I'm not sure what you'd class them as. Got a couple of blinking LEDs there, and then a more powerful beam on the front. I've got them on flash mode. I usually do for daytime. Night time's best to have solid lights, I think. Easier for motorists to judge where you are. So yeah, that is the trusty steed. 2 bottles, that's optimistic, isn't it? Also got a good opportunity here for the latest instalment of Reservoir Watch. Yes, the one you were all waiting for. You can see it's starting to fill up. Some way to go, but it is filling up. Happy stream there, gurgling away. Now we know why the reservoir levels are looking better. The shell jacket I'm wearing was made by Gore. Bought it in 1999. Still going well. And I find that you have to reproof it maybe every year. What you're actually doing is reproofing the outer fabric so that in lighter rain the water stays on in beads and that allows the membrane to do its moisture vapor transmission trick. If the outer material gets saturated, wetted out, then that stops the membrane working correctly. So you can get a little bit clammy and sweaty in there. I use, now then, it's Nick wax. You put it into the washing machine and it washes it in. Really easy to do. And I find it quite effective for, a good few months. This is due a treatment soon, before winter. Buckstones rocks looming out of the mist. Just adds to the atmosphere, doesn't it? Magnificent. Right, starting my second climb from Denshaw, Dowry, up to Buckstones. This will get me over 50 miles for the ride and mean that I can look at myself in the mirror. Second pass, the Buckstones, getting to the junction. Well, popular cycling area, haven't seen a single cyclist. Maybe Castelli are correct. Hope not. Makes me feel like a cycling version of Charlton Heston in the Omega Man. I should call this video I Am Legend. I don't think I'm brave enough. I need a planet-sized ego for that kind of title. Left turn. So there we have it, a super little outing in hill country that you won't find anywhere else. And today I had it all to myself. Isn't that marvellous? So that's all for this aquatic edition of Clipping In. See you very soon, back out on the Yorkshire roads. Bye bye.